All right, guys. So last time we did sort of an introduction to Hebrews chapter 11, what we call pictures of grace, ways that God has poured out grace throughout all the Old Testament, and ways that the people of the Old Testament responded in faith. And today we're going to look at the first picture of grace that we see in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 3. So if you'll look at that while I read it. By faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what it is seen was not made out of what was visible. So if faith is the certainty of things not seen, as we saw in chapter 11, verse 1, what a better way to start within the idea of creation, because, of course, no one was there at creation. And then some other verses just to help us. Psalm 33:6 says, "By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, their starry host by the breath of his mouth." And then Romans 17, talking about Abraham, says, "I have made you a father of many nations." He is our father in the sight of God, in whom he believed, the God who gives life to the dead and calls into being things that were not. So faith proves to the mind the realities that we cannot see. We see creation all over the place. You can hear, hopefully behind me, the birds are singing. It's a beautiful morning. You see creation all over the place. I don't know if you've ever seen documentaries on Netflix like Blue Planet, Planet Earth, the new one about the Earth at night. They're awesome documentaries to show just the grandeur and the glory of creation, how beautiful it is and how vast it is. And faith proves to our mind the realities that we cannot see. We don't know where it all came from. You can believe that that it all just showed up from somewhere. You can believe that. But in reality, the creator God of the universe brought everything into form, and he continues to do it every single day. We take that for granted, that every bird that sings, every breath that we take is from the living God. Though the earth may seem at times that it's not subject to anyone, we know that only by the command of God the heavens were created, and that everything's under his control. I know there are big, powerful storms on Sunday, and sometimes it seems that, when these storms happen, that God's not in control, that God is not commanding everything that happens, but that's not true. Even in the storms of life, God is there, and he is in control, and he commands everything that comes to pass. One important point that this verse talks about is that God could have chosen anything, any way to create, but he chose to speak. There's an importance of words in creation. And then let's look at John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. And of course that's talking about Jesus. Jesus is the ultimate Word of God. And then look back to chapter 11, verse 3. The universe was formed at God's command. By speaking, God creates the earth. And of course, we see the picture of Jesus because Jesus was there from the beginning. He is the ultimate Word of God. Reason by itself can't come up with a creator God. Things don't just come from nothing. So this is where our faith comes in. We have to see Jesus in creation all the way throughout the Old Testament. That's what we're going to see in each one of these pictures. Jesus is going to show up again and again and again because he is the ultimate one that we put our faith in. We have faith of a creator God. We have faith in a creator God, one that created the universe and one who sustains the universe today. We're not deists. We don't believe that God created the universe and then just let it go. We believe in a God who creates and sustains, and he reigns now through Jesus, who will make all things new. So some applications: appreciate the Creator God. In this quarantine time, I challenge you just to go sit outside for a little bit. You can hear the birds, you can see your pets, you can see the birds. Go on a walk. Appreciate the nature around you. Take time to be in the moment. He is working all things for our good. Secondly, he's going to come back and he will redeem things. We see a picture of the new heavens and the new earth in Revelation 21. And this earth is subject The earth groans and longs to be redeemed. So pray that he would come back and would redeem creation. And then finally see Jesus in creation.